Hey guys, welcome to our channel. So, we've been going over these coexisting, contradicting band names, and I apologize for the lighting. It's not the best, but so we've been going over these band names, and I've kind of been stalling on this one. This one's a little different. It seems to me a little more complicated to present. Um, the Mamas and the Pappas. I remember the Mamas and the Pappas always. Um, that's me. But then I wasn't alive in the 60s, you know. Um, but, so who knows? But you got the Mamas and the Papas, and as I said in a previous video, they changed to Papas and Mamas, but now I'm seeing they actually changed to the Papas and Mamas, but that's not what their album says. So let's go through some of these guys. This is kind of crazy. So, just looking at these album covers on the list, you got the Mamas and the Papas, the Mamas and the Papas, the Mamas and the Papas, just like I remember. Um, and then I found a weird one, guys, and oh yeah, that's the Mamas and the Papas. How about the Mamas and Papas, California Dreamin'? No the on before Papas. Now it says the Mamas and the Papas, but the album cover itself just says the Mamas and Papas, no the. So that was interesting. I'd never seen that before, and I didn't see it. I didn't notice it when I was going through this before. So you got the Mamas and the Papas. Now you've got the Mamas and Papas, California Dreamin'. Um, but you've got Papas and Mamas, and I'm going to provide these links, guys, in the description. So this here it's an album cover, Papas and Mamas. It even says stereo, not the stereo, Papas and Mamas. I don't think maybe that's the real small alongside. Maybe that's the. So the Papas and the Mamas, I'll give it that. There's a little thing off to the side of the P that's up and down that might be a the, and a little thing, little something off the side of the M that might be a the. On there, I can't really tell because it's too small, but we're going to give that to it. We're going to say that's the Papas and the Mamas. That's reversed. And I know that I'm using Wikipedia way more than I want to, but like I say, for this, it's good enough. Because this says in 1968, the Papas and the Mamas, and it explains that in 1968 they changed the band name to the Papas and the Mamas. And that's how they stayed until they broke up in 68 and 69, so like a year later, but there's an album there. And they were then the Papas and the Mamas. So, back to these album covers, you got the Mamas and the Papas, the Papas and the Mamas, which I'd never seen before, the Mamas and Papas. Yep, the Mamas and Papas, California Dreamin', no the on Papas. The Mamas and the Papas, the Mamas and the Papas. So a lot of the Mamas and the Papas. Now here's one that I don't think has any thes at all. Nothing weird alongside. So this just actually is Papas and Mamas. And I will click on this. And it says the Mamas and the Papas. Dash the Papas and the Mamas. But all I see is Papas and Mamas. So there is Pappas and Mamas, no the. Like I said, this one's a little more difficult. There's Mamas and Pappas, no the, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. How about Mamas and Pappas? There is no the. California Dreamin' and Monday Monday. I'll click on this because that's weird. See if that comes up for a link. Mamas and Pappas, guys, no the at all. And that is an album cover. The Mamas and the Pappas. So basically, you got mostly the Mamas and the Pappas. Hey, guys. So you've got some of these spelled out, Mamas A and D, the Pappas, and you've got some of these with an and sign. The Mamas and the Pappas, gold, that's an and sign. The Mamas and A and D, the Pappas, Monday Monday. Gotta feel it. Okay, this just got more complicated. How about the Mamas, the Pappas? Looks like maybe an and sign there, so there's an and sign. Huh, I got more than I bargained for. There's the Mamas and the Pappas with an and sign. And here is the Mamas A and D spelled out. The pop, oh, the Pappas and the Mamas with A and D spelled out. All right. And the Mamas and the Pappas with looks like the and sign. So you got both guys and all the Mamas and sign the Pappas. So you actually have both. You've got the Mamas and the Pappas with an and sign and spelled out. There you got Pappas or the Pappas and the Mamas with an and sign. Uh, that's an and sign. The Mamas A and D, the Pappas. So maybe that one didn't actually come up. So anyway, yeah. All right. I'm running this long. I will try to find a link for each and show an example of each album cover, a different one. So that's, I don't know how to vote for this one now anymore. I thought I had it figured out until I found the A and D and sign. Jeez. Okay, we're going to thumb this up if you remember the Mamas and the Pappas. Jeez. And there's both. Um, thumb up if you remember the Mamas and the Pappas, period. Uh, thumb down, I guess, if you remember that they've always changed to the Pappas and the Mamas. And then leave your comments about this and sign thing and the spelling out and, I guess, because I think they're in both. I think I saw one. I'll have to look closer here. Mamas and sign Pappas, Pappas and sign Mamas. Oh, maybe Pappas and Mamas are just the and sign, guys. I guess that'd be a good thing. That'd make it less complicated. It does. It is, and there's only a couple of albums of Pappas and Mamas. So, and they're both and signed that I see. So, good. So, comment if you remember that they've always been both, and comment if what you remember if they've always had the and sign or the and spelled out or both. I guess because I don't know. There's not enough thumbs, guys, and there's too much here. So, I guess leave your comments about the and sign and the A and D. We'll find out what everyone remembers there. If they've always done both, some were spelled out A and D, and some of them had and signs, some of their albums. Or if you remember that they used to be just A and D or just the and sign. And I'm not sure. I just knew they were the Mamas and the Pappas, and they did California Dreamin', and that was just about all I knew about them. So this contradicts what I knew, some of it. So, but that doesn't mean anything. Maybe somebody else knows that this was always the case, and it may have always been the case, or it may be a Mandela effect. I'm not sure. That's what we're trying to find out, guys. Let us know. For now, thanks for all your thumbs up, thumbs down. Thanks for all your comments, leads, feedback, and subscriptions. And thanks for watching, guys. Let us know what you think. This is kind of a weird one. And this is, like I said, this was a lot. You got mamas and or papas and mamas, the mamas and papas, which I forgot. But yeah, there's also the mamas and papas know the. So I don't know. I mean, comment about that one. I'm sure somebody will know if that was always a thing. So sorry for the complication, but this one is. And we'll see what everybody thinks, and we'll move on from this one. This one's making my head spin. I'm not sure about it. So anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching. And for now, you guys have a great rest of your day.